What's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the What's Next on Tszyu, the undefeated WBO interim super welterweight champion, as he's coming off of probably his biggest win to date, his 10th or 11th round knockout victory over former champion Tony Harrison. Excuse me. As they competed for the vacant WBO interim super welterweight title at 154 pounds. Now, before we get into that, guys, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get for this page. You don't like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs down, leave me a comment, tell me you disagree with me. I want full transparency, and I'm okay with that. Now, I picked Tony Harrison to outbox Tszyu, and Harrison at times was doing pretty well with his jab, but that was the only punch he was throwing. And, it really, he had to throw that right hand as well. But Tszyu did a good job of just kind of getting in there. It was a good boxer-puncher performance. It wasn't just a full-on brawling technique he did to overwhelm Harrison. He really went out there and he impressed me, and it was a good performance. And, now, and he stopped them, and he captured the WBO interim super welterweight title with that win. And now the big question is, what's next for Tszyu? Well, seems pretty easy. It's Jermell Charlo for the undisputed title. He's the mandatory. He was already the mandatory. He shirted up by becoming the interim champion. So unless Charlo decides to vacate the belt next, then he is in line to fight Charlo. Now, in case he does that, we're going to run through everybody anyways and see what's going on. But we will come back to Charlo, in my opinion, at the end of it. So we start with Brian Castano. Former WBO champion, would be a great option for Tszyu if he cannot, if he can't get the Charlo fight, because Castano fought Charlo twice and he fought him hard. And he's a former champ anyway. So that wouldn't be the worst thing to face a guy like Brian Castano. I could definitely see that as an option if the Charlo fight didn't happen. Then you got Sebastian Fundora, the current WBC interim champion. Now, just because they share the same promoters, I really don't see Tszyu going after Fundora next. I think he'd want Fundora to be the full champ. He'd want to be a full champ, and then they collide. But that's a fight that they can build. I don't think he would go after that fight next. Erickson Lubin, former world title challenger. Well, Lubin has decided to move to 160. He'll make his debut at 160 in a couple months. So not seeing Tszyu and Lubin. Then there's Tony Harrison in a rematch. No need for a rematch. Tszyu handled him pretty handily, and now is the interim champ. So no reason for a rematch. Magomed Kurbanov. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, but I just don't see Kurbanov as being a big enough name that Tszyu would be able to draw next. I think he can draw a bigger name than that. Liam Smith. He's fighting up at 160 middleweight now following his upset knockout of Chris Eubank Jr. Danny Garcia. One that I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm not sure Danny would want to take a fight like that, fighting in his third different weight class, take a fight like Tszyu next. But I can't completely rule it out because, same promoters. And then you got Terrell Gaucher, former world title challenger. I think it's he's already fought him and he beat him. So there would be no reason for Tszyu and Gaucher. So looking at now at the end of it, we go back to Jermell Charlo, and I really don't see him fighting anybody other than Charlo. The reason why is for a couple reasons. First off, Charlo needs to shake off him being out of the ring for what's going to be maybe between a year and a half by the time he's able to fight in the summer. And Tszyu's a good opponent to fight in that comeback fight, because Charlo's talking about fighting Terrence Crawford. But here's why I think he's gonna for sure fight Tszyu, and Tszyu's gonna get the fight. Is Crawford is the WBO welterweight champion. If Tszyu and Charlo fight next for the and he's the WBO interim, Charlo holds the full WBO title, I think Charlo would absolutely fight him because Crawford would supersede any future mandatory for a move up to 147 pounds. So, I mean 154 pounds. So, Charlo could fight Crawford down the road and his WBO title would be on the line. So, I think Charlo is going to take it serious and stay right here as the WBO champion at the very least. But in order to do that, he has to fight Tszyu, and I think he's going to fight Tszyu. So my opinion is it's very high, 95% chance, my opinion, that Tim Tszyu is going to get Jermell Charlo during the summer, maybe towards the fall, for the WBO and Undisputed 154-pound super welterweight title. So that's it. That's what I got. That's the what's next on the undefeated, newly crowned WBO interim super welterweight champion at 154 pounds, Tim Tszyu. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.